third and the last lesson of exponents, and today we are going to deal with the square of a number, the square number. We want to know how to find the square number. So let's see, what is it? To find the square number is to multiply the number by itself. This is simple definition. If you need to find the square number, just multiply that number by itself. So we have to see the following things. In order to find the square of the number, start by putting power 2 in the given number. After putting, then expand it and solve it. In the first lesson, we saw how to expand, and also we lesson number 2, if you remember, we discussed about solving. So in the third lesson of the square number is to expand and to solve. It means you put power 2 first, then expand it and solve it. Now let's see some few examples here. Number 1, find the square number of 5. Find the square number of 5. Solution, and we're going to follow the same procedure. Square number of 5 is 5 power 2. If you remember here, start by putting power 2 in the given number. So we put power 2 here, then expand. Here we have expanded it, and then solve it. 5 times 5 is 25. So the square number of 5 is equal to 25. Or simple, we can say that multiply the number by itself. When you multiply the number by itself, you get the square of that number, as we have done here in example number 1. Let's see example number 2. What is the square of 90? What is the square of 90? Solution, as usual. The square of 90 is 90 power 2, or 90 squared, which is equal to 90 times 90. You multiply by itself, and thereafter the answer is 8,100. Therefore, the square of 90 is 8,100. Example number 3 is a bit tricky. Find the square of 4 cubed, or 4 power 3, or 4 to the third power. Remember, this is exponential form. We need to find the answer of this one first, thereafter we find the square. So what is 4 power 3? You have to note here the following. What is it? Here you need to know what is 4 power 3, as I've said before. 4 power 3 is equal to 4 times 4 times 4, which is equal to 64. So it means this 4 power 3 is equal to 64. But this is not yet the answer. So we need to find the square of 64. Now, what is the square of 64? The square of 64 is 64 power 2, which is equal to 64 times 64, which is equal to 4,096. Therefore, the square of 4 power 3. Remember, when you give the answer, do not say the square of 64. Our question is not about 64. It's about 4 power 3. So you have to say the square of 4 power 3 is 4,096. This 64 was obtained in the process of finding that number. I hope you understand. Now let's see last example number 4. Find the square number of 47 plus 53. Also this one is a bit tricky because it is an expression here instead of only one number, as we used to do in example number 1 and number 2. So number 4, find the square number of 47 plus 53. You need to know only, or you need to get one number here, as we did here in 4 power 3. Before you find the square of this one, you need to know only one number, which is represented by this one, as we did here and we got 64. Also here you need to know which number is here. What we can do is so easy. 47 plus 53 is equal to 100. When we add this, we get 100. So we need to find the square of that 100. It means this one is equal to 100. Now it is the same as saying find the square number of 100. Therefore, we do as follows. The square of 100 is equal to 100 power 2. When you find the square of a number, put power 2, then expand 100 times 100. The answer is 10,000. Therefore, in your answer, the square of 47 plus 53, have you seen? We have not put 100 here in the answer because our question was not about 100, it was about 47 plus 53. Therefore, the square of 47 plus 53 is equal to 10,000. Thank you so much.